Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Bristol Motor Speedway in Tennessee, and we are here for the Veterans Remembrance 200, our second and final race in observance of Veterans Day of November 11th. And we are running the trucks tonight, their fifth round in the season. You have some information on screen there for the Bristol Motor Speedway. We were here last Sunday with the Xfinity cars. It is a half-mile oval. It is, as you can pretty much see here in this picture, it is a gladiator stadium style track here. It's got a concrete surface and it has quite a bit of banking in the turns. It makes for very fast and furious racing around here. We are going to be going into the night as we are continuing the program tonight. So you can already see the sun starting to set around Bristol here. The ambient temperature is 82 degrees Fahrenheit. It is 30 degrees relative humidity, cloudy sky, and there is no wind to speak of. Track temperature is right around 87 degrees Fahrenheit. That is not too hot. It is, however, a concrete surface here in Bristol, and that makes for somewhat more slippery conditions than we mostly are used to when we are racing on asphalt. So let's bring you back up to speed with the standings in the Truck Series on Friday nights. On the top left of your screen, you see the Drivers' Championship with Tommy Ryan leading the drivers with 191 points. He has got no wins to his name in the Friday night series yet, but he has two top five finishes and he has four stage wins, and that helps him a lot, obviously. The second driver is Andrew Mraz with 176 points, quite a bit of a gap already there. He has two wins to his name. The top five, he was in there three times, and he has two stage wins, as you can see. Third place driver is Avery Wilson, also with a win to his name there with 173 points. And then further back we have another winner, that is Justin Gahn in ninth position with 128 points. So these three winners are locked into the Sweet 16, as you can see down there on the left bottom of your screen. Those guys are already locked into the playoffs, the Sweet 16 round, and also Tommy Ryan is currently leading the most laps in the season. He is ahead with 91 laps over Andrew Mraz with 71, and that makes Tommy Ryan currently the DXP frontman of the season. This is an award sponsored by DXP, and it will be awarded at the end of the season to the driver who has led the most laps. So it gives these guys something to fight for sure. On the right top of your screen, you see the team standings. 4X Racing is ahead with 146 points. They have three wins to their name. Unacceptable Motorsports is second with no wins to their name yet. And then R&R Motorsports is third with 134 points with one win to their name yet. And Piedite Racing, 2X Racing, well, you can find your favorite team there in the countdown to 11 teams. And it gives the championship a bit of a new dimension, another extra dimension as well. As said, folks, Misfit Media, our series sponsors, we acknowledge them very much so. The Veterans Remembrance Race tonight is sponsored by Scott Air Force Base and the Prisoner of War Missing in Action Council. So we appreciate their support for tonight's race, and we are getting ready to go into, wrong button there. We are getting ready to go into qualifying here, folks, with a few drivers on track already. They have 3 laps of qualifying for this race. That means that they have one extra lap to warm up their equipment a little bit better. And it looks like we have some times coming in already. Avery Wilson, Tommy Ryan, as we say that name, you can't keep up with this. Justin Gahn is currently your provisional pole sitter there with Tommy Ryan and Andrew Morass, Avery Wilson, Jim Thorndike. We have all the familiar names up top there on the sheet, on the timesheet here, folks. And further down the field, we have Aaron Gerwitz in the '09 car. We have Jason Branch qualifying so far here in 9th position. And let's see who else we've got. The times are coming in really quickly here. Pondo Co is back. We've seen him, we haven't seen him for a while. Brian Fallon picks up that fastest lap time currently with a 14.7. And let's bring the lap times on the bottom of your screen there. If they are purple, you can see that that's a best time in the field. And if they're green, that means that they are a personal best time. Scott Wise here in the 31 car. He is currently running in the 12th spot. And let's see who else we've got. Scott goes around there. I believe that was the end of his second lap. Absolutely it is. We have a bunch of drivers not putting in times yet. We have 34 drivers making attempts to qualify here. That means that we are all going to be locked into the feature race in qualifying. We will not be doing the heat race. We won't need to. There is not enough entries to the race as at this point. And Kenny McCullough in the '03 here is the final car that is coming out of the pits, it looks like. No, we still have Roger Matthias, Corey Doss, and Bill Voigt in the pits. I believe Corey Doss is a new runner here in the series. Jim Thorndike is still out there on track in the number 13 car. And it looks like Justin Gahn is still running a few laps here, maybe just to... he's actually coasting back to the pits. Kenny McCullough has pushed himself up into the 14th position with his first qualifying lap, 14.943. And it looks like Kenny is done with his attempt as well. The final car we have on the track here is Roger Matthias. We have not yet seen Bill Voigt and Corey Doss on the track yet. Hopefully they'll be able to get going at least in the feature race. They will be starting in the back, obviously, if they can't qualify. And if they do not qualify, they will not be eligible for the Hard Charger Award that we have in these races. At the end of each race, the R&R Enterprises sponsors the Hard Charger Award, folks, and that is the driver that gains the most position. And it looks like Matthias has completed his qualifying attempt in 16th position. It looks like he only did one timed lap there. He scraped the wall on his second lap, and maybe he was not aware of the fact that he has a third lap to keep going. And it looks like Bill Voigt and Corey Doss are not have not made an attempt to qualify. And with the seconds ticking away here, 15 seconds before the final moments of qualifying, they are obviously not going to be coming out anymore. All right, so Brian Fallon, folks, is your top qualifier as time has expired. Brian Fallon is the pole sitter here, winner of the Cup Blue Pole Award as the fastest qualifier for this race. We are going into a short warm-up session of 2 minutes that is set in there because we normally would have a heat race. We are skipping the heat race, obviously, and that gives us a few moments to congratulate Brian Fallon once again with his Cup Blue Pole Award. Brian Fallon is the man on the mission here tonight. Bristol is is not an easy track for these drivers. It is, as said, it has got a concrete surface. It is pretty slippery, and with a big field like this, 34 cars I believe we have on track here tonight. It is not going to be easy for them. It is close racing. It's going to be very tight packs together. The drivers will be using the high line, the low line. It'll be somewhat eventful. That is kind of normal around here. As we take a look at Andrew Moore, currently quickest in the warm-up. Andrew Mraz in the 028 here. Tommy Ryan, your championship leader, in the number 6. So last Sunday, I should say, with the Xfinity cars, we ran this race. Obviously, we're running a similar schedule for both the series here in the Blown Piston Racing League. And I will say the guys did a pretty good job in the Xfinity cars, as good as we could expect them to do on a very small and tight little track like Bristol. So we're anxious to see what they can all do tonight. Randy Yoakum here in the number 8 car. Ron Schutte in the number 28. And I always have to watch out for guys that are running different numbers. Jordan Berry, our Canadian friend, is back at it again tonight. And there you have your warm-up, folks. That will bring us into the feature race here. As said, Brian Fallon, winner of the Cup Blue Award. And he is sharing the first row there with Avery Wilson, the number 1 driver. And the second row will be for Justin Gahn and Andrew Mraz. You're looking at Mraz's car there. Let's jump over there to the 08 of Brian Fallon. And the third row will be occupied by Tommy Ryan and Guy Schneider. The fourth row is Chris Scala and Pondo Co. Then it's Aaron Gerwitz and Matt Miller in the fifth row. Jason Branch and Scott Wise sharing the sixth row there. Seventh row for Ryan Branshaw, Kenny McCullough, Jordan Berry and Roger Matthias on the 8th. Jim Thorndike and Andrew Moore on the 9th. Ryan Nicoletta and Randy Yoakum sharing the 10th row there. The 11th row being occupied there by Casey Duncan and J.D. Crow. Eric Hensley and Kevin Nicoletta on the 12th row. Then it's going to be Louis Berkowitz and Chris Carter on the 13th row, 14th row for Don Bellerby, Ron Schutte, 15th row for Caden Henry Oakes and Brian Rainville, Jeff Ryan and Byron McDonald on the 16th row, and the 17th row is for Bill Voigt and Corey Doss. I'm not sure if we have seen those last two drivers on track. Let me see if I can find out. They are actually not on track, so I do not believe they are getting ready to get going here. Byron McDonald seems to be your final driver moving out of pit road. Bill and Corey might still have a chance to start off of pit road, but I do not see them there. And once again, folks, it is Brian Fallon that is your Cup Blue Pole Award winner here. In the 08 car, he has opted for the outside row there, the outside line. That is his choice to make. And it is Avery Wilson with the number 1 on the inside there. Behind him, it is Justin Gahn in the Google car and Andrew Mraz on the outside. And it looks like we are getting ready to get moving along around here in Bristol, Tennessee. We have a race of 200 laps here. Fuel window should be right around 82 to 90 laps. We are on our way, folks. Brian Fallon is hitting the gas, and it looks like Gahn is a little bit slow on the start there. He is on the apron there for a little bit. Drops back to 7th place and then slots back in. Looks like we have an issue already. It looks like that was that is Andrew Mraz actually bumping off the track there. He is dropping down the order pretty rapidly. Let's see if we can figure out what happened there. Gets sideways. And then sideways again as he tries to get going. The tires are still cold. The concrete surface, folks, it is pretty slippery around here. Let's go check back up front. It is still Brian Fallon that is in the lead. Avery Wilson in second. And with all with the issue of Miraz, it looks like Guy Schneider is dropping back a little bit. Probably had to take evasive action. Tommy Ryan, currently your quickest driver on the track. You can see his lap time in purple there, 14.82. He is currently in third position with Guy Schneider following him in the fourth position. Then Justin Gahn, who we also saw have a little bit of trouble on that start. He is in fifth with Matt Miller behind him in sixth. Scott Wise had a very, very good start, up 5 positions from the start already. Kenny McCullough up 6 positions from the start, and Roger Matthias up 7. He is in 9th position. Andrew Moore also up 7 positions there. So very good job for these guys. We are on our way. It looks like the field has settled down a little bit. Tommy Ryan is challenging Avery Wilson there for the third position, or second position, I should say. He is in third position, and it looks like they're gaining back that deficit that they had on Brian Fallon as Tommy Ryan is coming to the inside there. You can see that Avery is staying on that high side. That seems to be working pretty well here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Tommy Ryan on the inside. When you're on the inside, you're obviously going to shrub away a little bit more speed, and you're going to be putting a lot more pressure on those outside tires. And obviously, you're going to have to be a little bit careful not to overdo it on those tires. So the top 3 here close together. Brian Fallon. Ooh, it looks like we already have somebody slowing down there on the apron. That looks like Louis Berkowitz on the apron, running very slowly here. He's got some damage on the car. Not really sure what happened to him. Brian Fallon, Avery Wilson, Tommy Ryan, still your 3 leaders. Then it is about a second back to Guy Snyder, and he is kind of running by himself because Justin Gahn is about a second and a half back with Matt Miller, Roger Matthias, Scott Wise, and Kenny McCullough in a group of 5 drivers there. Close together still, and it looks to me like the start of this race has been very much so about being somewhat careful and conservative here for pretty much all the drivers. We saw Andrew Mraz have a little trouble on the start there, but that appears to me that was probably a matter of just trying to get going a little bit too eager on cold tires. Let's see if we can find him.
Caution, yellow flag.
We actually have a caution. Now let us try and find out and see what's going on. Oh, that is. Let me see here. It looks like Chris Scala in the number 15 car. Actually, it is the number 8 of Randy Yoakum in front of him. Let's see if we can find Randy's car here real quick. And let's bring that back for you. A little bit further back. There you see the number 8 coming off of the turn, getting onto the gas into turn number 1. And it looks like he does get a little bit of a tap from the number 17. And the number 17 is Casey Duncan. Looks like Randy is still running. Actually, we are looking at Andrew Mraz. We were trying to locate him. He is going into the pits. As you can see, folks, we have a single pit road here tonight. That means that the pit entry is right there at turn number 2. They have to make the entire back end pit lane and the front end pit lane, regardless of where they pit. You can see Andrew Mraz going to the other side of the track to find his pit alongside the main straightaway there, and then the exit of pit lane is at turn number 1. So basically they are doing pretty much an entire lap on pit speed here, and that is obviously going to be very costly when it happens under yellow. We see Kenny McCullough going to the pits as well. Casey Duncan in that number 17 Had a little trouble finding him because he usually runs the Dunkin' Donuts livery, but he is obviously here in a patriotic paint scheme with the U.S. Air Force here as we are running the Veterans Remembrance 200 here tonight. And most of the leaders have opted to stay out. It is just a handful of drivers that are on the pits. Brian Fallon, still your leader, opting again for the outside here, and I was trying to see if we could find if there was a yellow. I'm a lucky dog. I don't know if there was. That is not him because he was on pit road. If there was one, it should have been Brian Rainville. Brian is out, Berkowitz is out, Voigt and Dost never started, so it's not him. Can't really tell. Alright, folks, we'll get it figured out hopefully the next time. We are under yellow with the Superior Templating caution flag. The sponsors of our cautions here, we sure appreciate that. They are on board with us here. It looks like the lights on the pace car have been turned off. The drivers are getting ready to get back underway. Brian Fallon and Avery Wilson are here together on the first row. Guy Snyder, Tommy Ryan on the second row. Matt Miller and Justin Gahn on the third row. There we go again, folks. It is Brian Fallon that has a little bit of a jump on the field with Avery Wilson there in second position. And Tommy Ryan picking up third right away, coming to the inside of Avery like he did before. And it looks like a pretty good start once again.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh, and as you say that, the yellow comes back out. Let's go and try and figure out what... Oh, major mess here, major mess here. Oh. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on. It's actually ahead of them. I'm having a little trouble finding what exactly has happened here. That looks like what's going on. It is actually Jason Branch. It is the Scott Wise and the number 5 of Roger Matthias getting together, and that kind of starts the entire chain reaction here. Ooh, and on a restart, everybody's still very close together. That just basically means havoc all around. Looks like we had Ryan Branshaw, Eric Ransley, and Chris Carter on pit road there. And it shows that Scott Wise is your leader here. And he has moved up 11 positions. I'm not sure if that is correct. Brian Fallon is shown in second. And if that is correct, then Scott Wise is doing pretty good business around here tonight. Don Bellerby is up 16 positions from the start, and that makes him the R&R hard charger currently. Let's see if we can figure out if there is a lucky dog. Well, it doesn't look like Scott was actually in the lead. He is coming back to his position once again in, what is it, 7th. There we do indeed see the drivers going around, but that is just the guys between the pace car and the leader. And I'm very sorry, folks, but it is very hard for me here to see who the lucky dog is on a short track like this. And my scoring doesn't give me that information. We're getting ready to go back again to race. Brian Fallon is once again your leader. He's got a little bit of a jump on the field once again. Guy Snyder on the high side there with Avery Wilson and Tommy Ryan on the bottom. Avery picks up 2nd position and Tommy slides in 3rd there with Guy Snyder now close behind these guys. Justin Gahn in 5th position. Looks like he is about a car length or so back. Brian Fallon with Avery Wilson ahead of the rest of them here. Taking a quick look further down the field, it looks like Chris Carter and Don Bellerby are moving up through the field. Chris Carter is in the 809 car. That is the red car up top there, red and gray. And he's moved up 18 positions since the start for that Hard Charger award there. That is Chris Carter, folks. Brian still leading with Avery Wilson in 2nd position. Tommy Ryan in 3rd. Guy Snyder is dropping back a little bit. Justin Gahn has a bit of distance between him and Schneider as well. Then we see Roger Matthias followed closely by Matt Miller and Chris Carter. As said, he is moving up. Ryan Nicoletta in the green livery here. Looks like Caden Henry Oaks and Andrew Mraz are going at it here in the 15th and 16th position. The dark car, the black and with the stripes on the side, that is Andrew Mraz there. The 028, he is right behind Caden Henry Oaks. And once again, we see Fallon, Wilson, and Ryan forming a trio here up top at the field. We are on lap 34 of 200. Lap number 60 will end our first stage. That's where we pick up some extra points. Obviously, the guys will be heating that battle up a little bit when we get closer to lap number 16. It looks like they should be able to make that on fuel, so track position is currently everything. Tommy Ryan starting to challenge Avery Wilson there on the inside line. Guy Snyder dropping back a little bit. Looks like we see Mraz and Jordan Berry now fighting for that position. Caden Henry Oaks is pulled away from him a little bit. Fallon still leading, Wilson and Ryan behind him. Guy Snyder there in 4th. He's dropping back a little bit in front of Justin Gahn and Roger Matthias. Tommy Ryan, currently our DXP front runner, has led a lot of laps this season, and he's getting close again. But right now it is Brian Fallon that is adding points to his DXP award ambitions. Let's ride along here with Tommy Ryan for a moment. Give you an idea what it looks like from their end. Oh, we have a yellow once again, folks. Let's go find out what's going on. That looks like the 41 of Kevin Nicoletta washing up on the track there, and it looks like that was Ron Schutte that was behind him there. Is it? Can't really tell. Yeah, no, that was Aaron Gerwitz, actually. Basically just not aware of the faster car coming up top there. And that was all she wrote. Lap number 42 of 200. Let's see if we can track our lucky dog this time. Maybe my track map will help a little bit here. Yes, it looks like it's going to be Andrew Mraz. No, that is not Andrew Mraz. That is actually Ron Schutte in the 28. Andrew is the 028, so Ron Schutte is your lucky dog driver here. Sponsored by SFI. And we do have some drivers on pit road. Randy Branshaw, Kenny McCullough, Jordan Berry. Jordan has a little bit of damage on the back end there. Jason Branch on pit road in 21st position. Kevin Nicoletta, Chris Carter coming back out there. Don Bellerby, Jeff Ryan, Jim Thorndike, Randy Yoakum in the number 8 car. I do believe he's been sitting there for a while. Alright, folks, so yellow here, Superior Templating, sponsor of our caution flag here tonight in Bristol, Tennessee. You can see at the pictures here, this is a gladiator-like stadium. Beautiful facility. And Jason Branch back on pit road again. It looks like they have to wait. Oh, he decides otherwise. He's going back out. He is reclaiming his position. Ron Schutte did not pit either, but we do have Kevin Nicoletta still there and Jim Thorndike. They might be trying to save their faster pair. Oh, I'm sorry, they don't have that faster pair anymore. They took it away from them. Same as with the Xfinity cars, the faster pair has been taken away from these guys to make sure that they are a little bit more cautious during the races. And last week, Sunday night, with the Xfinity cars, that definitely seemed to have helped them. And it does seem so as well here tonight. We are, obviously we're not caution-free in this race, but
Green.
that is kind of the nature of this track here at Bristol. Brian Fallon pulls away from Avery Wilson once again. Tommy Ryan again in third. Guy Snyder has Roger Matthias to deal with on the higher side now, taking that 5th position, 4th position away from him. Guy is trying to defend there on the inside, but it looks like that higher line is just basically working a little bit better, and he can't get back in there because Justin Gahn is also trying to take advantage of that higher side there. And now he can go, well, he could have gone up, but he didn't. Maybe Guy just likes that lower line as far as the handling of the car is concerned. Ryan Nicoletta in the green car is right behind him there.
Caution, yellow
And once again, we have another caution. That is Andrew Moore in trouble with the number 17 of Casey Duncan. Let's go and find out what happened. Similar situation as to what we saw earlier. One driver going up a little bit higher, trying to find room on the higher side of the track. Faster car coming off the turn higher than he is, and he's just not aware of him. And actually, they touched the lap before that, and then it goes bad here at this point. Looks like they're both still running. Kevin Nicoletta was still on pit road. He did not leave the last time. Let's see if we can find if there is a lucky dog here. It could be the number 77. Nope, he's on pit road. Well, it actually may have been the 77, and then decided that he needed to go to pit road, so I'm fairly sure that's what I missed. Andrew Moore looks to me like he is your lucky dog. Nope, 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 nope. It's the number 35, Byron McDonald. He is your lucky dog. Sponsored by SFI. He is the driver that gets the wave around here. Byron McDonald in the number 35. Well, let's take a quick look and see if we can find out who is our hard charger at this point. That is Caden Henry Oakes. He is in the number 19 car here. He is 19 spots up in the plus. He is our R&R Enterprises hard charger at this point. And that brings us, once again, gives us time to take a little bit of breather here. Superior Templating, our caution flag sponsor. Brian Fallon, in fact, doing very good work as far as adding up points to his DXP frontman aspirations. He has led pretty much all the laps right now. So he is adding points to his DXP ambitions there. And we once again want to acknowledge Misfit Media for sponsoring this series. Also, we want to acknowledge Wise Choice Contracting, also a series and race sponsor for Blown Piston Racing League, your go-to people in the St. Louis area for replacement windows and doors. Wise Guy Graphics, also a sponsor of the series. And folks, if you need one of your cars to look pretty, that's the people you want to talk to. Wise Guy Graphics. If you can't beat them, you can at least be a lot prettier than the other ones. Looks like we're getting ready to go. Brian keeps opting for that higher side for the restarts. That seems to be working for him pretty good. There he goes.
Green flag, green flag.
A little bit of a jump on the field there. Avery Wilson in second, being challenged by Roger Matthias right now in third position in that number 5 car, the gray machine, with Tommy Ryan right behind him. Looks like Roger is taking that second position away from Avery on the higher side. And the back there, we see Justin Gahn and Guy Schneider side by side trying to stay with these guys. Lap number 56, folks. We are getting close to finishing the first stage. Brian Fallon is about 7/10 of a second ahead of these guys. That is quite a bit for a short oval like this. Roger Matthias in second position now. Avery Wilson in third. Tommy Ryan in fourth, and Justin Gahn, Guy Schneider, fourth and fifth there. Fifth and sixth, I should say. I apologize. Matthias and Wilson and Ryan all looking for some extra points here. Brian Fallon looks like he's going to be picking up that stage win. And Avery Wilson gets to the inside to try and pick up second position. And it looks like he gets that done. Avery Wilson back in second. Tommy Ryan now challenging Roger Matthias for third. It looks like we have Avery Wilson that's going to pick up the win here for the first stage at the end of lap number 16. There you have it, folks. That is Brian Fallon. Avery Wilson is second, and Roger Matthias picks up third for that first stage, with Tommy Ryan in fourth. I don't know if Justin Gahn beat Schneider to fifth there, but I do believe so. All right, meanwhile, Fallon is continuing where he left off. He has got a major lead building up here at towards Avery Wilson, 1.6 seconds. and then 1.1 seconds back to Roger Matthias, and those guys are still duking it out here all together. That is Justin Gahn now coming into 4th position in front of Tommy Ryan. Ooh, Matthias gets it all wrong there on the higher side, drops back to 7th or 8th position. It is Justin Gahn in 3rd, Tommy Ryan in 4th, and Caden Henry Oaks.
Yellow flag is out.
And let's see who it was this time. Oh, Guy Schneider gets in trouble here. And it does look like he gets a little help there. Let's check out what happened. That is Chris Carter coming to his inside. Let's bring that back one more time. Chris Carter flies by on that inside and basically just looks like, ooh, it's not Carter. It is Scott Wise that touches the 27 car of Guy Schneider there. Well, Guy is still rolling along. As we line back up behind the pace car there, trying to catch the lucky dog, obviously. Ooh, and now we see people going down pit road here. Pretty much the entire top of the field going down pit road. Ryan Nicoletta staying out. And you can see they have to run pretty much the entire lap on that apron there to get to their pits on the main straightaway. Ryan Nicoletta is the one that picks up the lead, and it looks like the 77 is our lucky dog. That is Andrew Moore. Matching livery there. The team that he runs for is sponsored by SFI, by Schneider Lubricants, and I believe they are from Pennsylvania. Ryan Nicoletta, in a brand new livery here. And it looks like Caden Henry Oaks is currently our hardest charger. That is the number 19 car in your picture there. 23 positions up from the start. Schneider on pit road, Jason Branch, Casey Duncan, Jeff Ryan, Kevin Nicoletta. Randy Yoakum has not left pit road, I don't believe. And it looks like we're getting ready to go racing once again, going into lap number 70. Our next goal is lap number 120 for the finish of the second stage. And the guys that have pitted will probably all be okay for fuel until then, because our pit window should be right around 82 to 90 laps, so they should be fine. Ryan is opting for the inside line there with Kenny McCullough on his outside there. Andrew Mraz, who also stayed out, with Avery Wilson in fourth. Then there we go, folks. We are racing once again. Ryan Nicoletta has a good start here. Good jump on the field in that green car. Andrew Mraz in second position, challenging Kenny McCullough. Ooh, we have Jason Branch slow there on the apron. He is a back marker currently. Avery Wilson there in fourth position with Caden Henry Oaks on his inside. Tommy Ryan on the high side in that black and yellow car. Then it's Justin Gahn there in the Google car, with Matt Miller right behind him. Kenny McCullough and Avery Wilson looks like he is passing Andrew Mraz as Tommy Ryan is on his outside there trying to pick up the fourth position from Andrew. And it looks like Andrew, ooh, we're going 3 wide here, folks. Careful, careful, guys. And they make that work. Justin Gahn make that stick on the bottom of Tommy Ryan there, and he is currently moving up into the 4th position, it looks like. Matt Miller coming alongside Andrew Mraz there as well. Avery Wilson moving into 2nd position. Closing in on Ryan Nicoletta now. Kenny McCullough dropping back a little bit there. He is right next to Justin Gahn in the number 30 car. Matt Miller in the 78 coming in there as well. Avery Wilson challenging Ryan Nicoletta at the top of the field there. Ooh, it looks like Avery had a bit of a moment there going into the turn, but he corrects himself and he finds his groove. Ryan is running pretty strong. Ryan Nicoletta has actually not been on pit road at all, I don't believe. So he will be looking for fuel not too far from here. Ooh, 3 wide for the lead there, folks. Avery Wilson, Matt Miller, and Ryan Nicoletta. And Ryan hits the wall there, scrapes off some speed. Oh, that is very, very unfortunate. Drops back a little bit, but he does seem to keep it going in the right direction there. Avery Wilson and Matt Miller now going hard at it for the lead with Justin Gahn right behind him. Looks like they have a little bit of a lead on Tommy Ryan. Good hard racing going on here at the half-miler here in Bristol. Gladiators at work, folks, for the Veterans Remembrance 200 here. Matt Miller staying on that inside. Doesn't seem to cost him all that much. Now it looks like Justin Gahn's getting the better of him. Matt Miller moving up a little bit higher. And Justin Gahn just took away the lead from Avery Wilson there. He looks like he's on a roll. And he's actually pulling away a little bit here. Lap 82. Miller and Wilson having more trouble to keep up with Justin Gahn. Winner of the first race, I believe it was. Justin Gahn won a race already. And looking to do the same thing again here tonight. Matt Miller and Avery Wilson still at it for 2nd place. Matt Miller picks that up right now. Avery Wilson seems to be content by following him right now. Tommy Ryan in 4th position. He's got Kenny McCullough, Caden Henry Oaks, and Brian Fallon behind him there. All those guys have pitted. Ryan Nicoletta has dropped back to 10th position. Obviously, his tires are a little bit more worn than the others. That's Scott Wise right behind him in 11th. Andrew Mraz in 14th position right now. Byron McDonald is in 15th here in the number 35. Ooh, we have a yellow. Let's go find out what happened here. Can't really tell. That is Brian Fallon. But that seems to be behind that is the number 44 car of Don Bellerby. He is involved in it, so let's go and find out what happened. Bellerby is behind Jordan Berry there in the 51 car, going to the inside and then washing up, expecting Berry to go higher and arc out of the turn, and that doesn't happen, and that is what sets the whole thing on fire here tonight. All right, let's go up to the front here. It is Justin Gahn that is your leader. There we are looking at the number 17. That is Casey Duncan. He is your lucky dog. Sponsored by SFI. He'll be going around and picking up the tail end of the field. The car took a beating already. And let's go find our hardest charger. It looks like Scott Wise has taken a tow to the pit. Our hardest charger currently, folks, is the 19 car of Caden Henry Oaks. There you have him. He is up 23 positions at this point. And Superior Templating, we appreciate their sponsorship of our cautions. It looks like we have quite a few drivers on pit road. Gurwitz, Moore, Duncan, Branch, Bellerby, Barry, Schutte, Jeff Ryan, Chris Scala, Jim Thorndike, Guy Snyder, and Kevin Nicoletta. I don't believe Kevin has been back out. He's 40 laps behind. Ransley is 52 laps. I don't believe those guys have been out at it again. Well, that gives us a chance to acknowledge our veterans on track here for another moment. Scott Wise, Jason Branch, Anthony Handley, Justin Gahn, Jason Nicholas, Ryan Douglas, and Ron Schutte. Thank you for your service, guys. And it looks like we're getting ready to go under green once again, going into lap 92. We have Justin Gahn leading the pack here with Matt Miller in
Green
second
flag, green
place.
flag.
There we go. Justin Gahn is on the gas early. It looks like Tommy Ryan has responded really quickly there and picks up second position with Matt Miller in third now and Avery Wilson in fourth. Good restart for the guys. Brian Fallon there on the inside challenging Matt Miller. And still side-by-side racing here tonight. Looks like Justin is pulling away a little bit, but Brian Fallon has other plans. He is picking up second position at the cost of Matt Miller and Tommy Ryan. And it looks like he is going after Justin. Pulling away from Matt Miller a little bit. We see Scott Wise back on pit road. He must have had some major issues there. And it looks like Brian Fallon is starting to challenge Justin again for the lead here. Side by side. Justin on the top side there and Brian Fallon on the bottom. Still side by side here. You can tell the difference coming off the turns. Gahn just picks up a little bit. Going into the turn, it's Brian that picks up a little bit. They have back markers to navigate around. Looks like Brian just slots in behind him, gets a little draft here, and he will try again, obviously. There he comes again to the inside. Let's go check a little bit further back. We have Byron McDonald going at it here. He's in a big group. Pondo Cole, Roger Matthias, Caden Henry Oaks. That is Avery Wilson up top there with Tommy Ryan alongside him. That is the second group. Matt Miller seems to be running by himself here. in third position, and Justin Gahn, Brian Fallon are battling for the lead.
Caution, yellow flag.
Ooh, we have another caution. Let's go. Oh, and that is in that group there. That is J.D. Crow on the wall there. Let's go and find out what exactly happened. Ooh, it looks like the 95, or what is that, the 25? The 95 of Pondo Go, that was the one that got it started, it looked like. Let's see what happens here. That is the light blue car on the higher side, the number 95. And it looks like he just either gets a little loose or is not aware of somebody on his inside there. And it looks like the 09 is going to be our lucky dog. That is Aaron Gerwitz in the 09. That is your SFI lucky dog. And Caden Henry Oakes is currently equal with Byron McDonald for the Hard Charger award. Caden is in front of Byron McDonald. He's running 5th, and Byron is running 8th. So currently, it is Caden Henry Oakes that is your R&R Enterprises Hard Charger. And then obviously Justin Gahn is the one that is adding points to his DXP frontman ambitions there. Leading several laps. As we are taking a break with Superior Templating LLC, we are under caution here at Bristol. And once again, folks, we acknowledge all our veterans. We acknowledge the sponsorship for this race of Scott Air Force Base and the Prisoner of War / Missing in Action Council. Their work is greatly appreciated. As the people in the stadium are looking down on their gladiators here tonight, it looks like we're getting ready to get back underway. Justin Gahn opting for the high side with Brian Fallon on the bottom. Tommy Ryan and Matt Miller behind him. Caden Henry Oakes and Avery Wilson on the third row. We're going to be going into lap 107. We will end stage number 2 on lap number 120, at the end of lap number 120. There we go. Justin Gahn is quickly on the gas there. Brian Fallon slots in behind him. Tommy Ryan in 3rd position. Matt Miller in 4th. Caden Henry Oakes in 5th position there with Avery Wilson and Roger Matthias behind him. Looks like Justin Gahn is already being challenged by Brian Fallon there for the lead. We have the exact same situation as before the yellow. These two are going at it for the lead, and they're pulling away from Tommy Ryan fairly easily. Tommy Ryan dealing with Matt Miller in the background there. Caden Henry Oakes behind there as well. Avery Wilson. And it looks like Gahn and Fallon are following each other around. Obviously, Brian will be looking for that possibility in about 9 or 10 laps. Let's ride along with Brian. not quite close enough to do anything meaningful at this point. It looks like Justin Gahn has got about 3/10 of a second on him. That's about a car that could fit in between there. Tommy Ryan in the third position has a lot more on his hands there. Roger Matthias coming to the inside to take away third position. Ooh, and Matthias gets all loose there coming off the turn, but he saves it beautifully. And he still keeps it in third position, it looks like. Tommy Ryan on the high side. Scott Wise is there. He is a back marker currently. Scott Wise is running, let me see. Can't find him all that quick. He's running in 14th position. It does look like Scott has pulled away from him a little bit, trying to make up some time. That car he is running is obviously doing pretty good there. He's trying to make up that lap that he's down. He's pulling the number 5 of Roger Matthias with him, but he's quicker and he's gaining on the leaders. So look, Scott Wise looking to unlap himself. And we're going into lap 119 here. Justin Gahn, your leader, with Brian Fallon right behind him. 2 more laps to complete the second stage. In front of, that's the number 16 car. That looks... Can't find him all that quick. And Justin Gahn is going to pick up that stage win. There you have it. He is the winner of the second stage with Brian Fallon in second place, Roger Matthias in third, Avery Wilson in fourth, and Byron McDonald in fifth position. And Byron McDonald, folks, in that number 35, he is currently 27 spots up from the start, so he is currently our R&R hard charger.
The yellow flag is out.
Ooh, we have an issue. Let's go find out what's happening there. That is Jason Branch getting in trouble. Let's see what happened to it. Ooh, not aware of the 08 of Brian Fallon. He was actually leading at the moment that happened, I believe. Let's see that one more time. No, it is Justin Gahn that is actually, Justin is stuck behind the 22. The 08 tries to go to the inside to get around him and turns the 22 around. There we see the lucky dog. That is Aaron Gurwitz once again. Sponsored by SFI, Aaron Gurwitz picks up the lucky dog. And it looks like we have the leaders going down pit road here. Brian Fallon, as we've completed the stage, they figured you might as well just get your fuel and tires while you can. Roger Matthias seems to be staying out. Wilson, Ryan, J.D. Crow, Henry Oakes, they're all into the pits. And Roger Matthias is staying out. The 31 of Scott Wise, he is in front of the leader between him and the pace car, so he'll be waved around, and that means that Scott Wise will be coming back onto the... No, I'm sorry, he is 5 laps down because of extensive repairs, so he will not be coming back on the lead lap, but he'll at least pick up 1 lap. There you see Scott Wise going around. The lights on the Mustang are out. We are going to go back to racing, going into lap 128 for our final stage and race win. Roger Matthias opted for the high side. That seems to be working best for pretty much everybody right now. Roger Matthias on the lower side. Justin Gahn and Andrew Mraz are there on the second row. Andrew Mraz has picked up a lot of spots again. Roger Matthias has a worldly start. Mraz slow off the line there. Bunching up behind him there. Avery Wilson going around. Tommy Ryan, Jason Branch. Maybe he was in the wrong gear. The 08 of Brian Fallon trying to get around 3 wide there. It looks like Andrew Mraz has got some sort of an issue. He's dropping back. There might be some damage on the car that he has trouble dealing with. That does not look too good. Justin Gahn has picked up the lead from Roger Matthias here. Let's bring that back for you really quickly. There you have it. On the bottom, no less. Makes it look fairly easy. Justin Gahn and Caden Henry Oakes is following him in second now. Roger Matthias dropping off to third. Avery Wilson in fourth. Brian Fallon in fifth. Keep an eye out here for your leader. That is Justin Gahn. He's got Caden Henry Oakes behind him. And it looks like Roger Matthias is in a little bit of trouble here. He can't keep up. He's got older tires than the guys that he's racing. He last pitted on lap 88, and the guys in front of him have pitted on lap 124. So that might be an explanation there. We have somebody blinking in and out. That looks like Brian Fallon going underneath Roger there. Justin Gahn about a half a second, a little bit less actually. Caden Henry Oakes is coming close pretty quickly. Let's ride along with Caden here. And it looks like Avery Wilson has closed in on Caden there for that second and third position. We are passing Jason Branch there. He's not having the best of nights. And Avery Wilson challenging now, picks up second position fairly quickly there. Caden goes high and lets Brian Fallon go through as well. Roger Matthias dropped back to sixth position, having trouble to keep up with these guys. He is being followed by J.D. Crow in the number 12 car. Matt Miller is behind them in 8th, and then Aaron Gerwitz and Andrew Mraz has dropped back to 10th position. Justin Gahn being challenged now by Avery Wilson. Looks like that number 1 picks up the number 1 spot. Brian Fallon also closing in. And again, they are dealing with traffic. That's Randy Yoakum there on the high side. Guys are doing a good job trying to stay out of the way. They don't want to be the ones messing up the lead fight. And Tommy Ryan gets stuck behind that number 16 for a little bit. Let me see who that is again. That is Ryan Brancho. 77 of more. Oh no! Brian fallen and
Yellow
gone.
flag is
Touch. What happened here? They're coming off the turn. They are behind Wilson. Moore is coming down a little bit, it looks like. No. It's just one of those things where I believe Fallen was expecting Gahn to arc out of that turn a little bit higher, and he didn't. And not sure if Brian could keep his car any lower than he did, but obviously he couldn't and ran into him. Guys finding their positions again. Looks like we have the number 17 as our lucky dog. Yes, indeed, that is Casey Duncan. He picks up the SFI lucky dog, and he brings his car around to pick up the back end of the field there. And Caden Henry Oaks is up 25 positions from his starting position. That makes him the current R&R Enterprises hard charger. We see Roger Matthias on pit road, Aaron Gurwitz, Andrew Mraz. Those guys did not pit on lap 124, so they definitely were due for fuel, I'm sure. Avery Wilson is your leader currently. And we are under caution with Superior Templating LLC. Looks like Justin Gahn is going toward the pits. Scott Wise is on pit road. Jason Branch. Well, there's Scott Wise and Jason Branch may not have the best of nights, but they're still hanging on in that midfield. There goes Scott back out again. Beautiful paint job on that car. If you want something like that, you call Wise Guy iRacing Paints. Find them on Facebook or on the Blown Piston Racing League website, where you can find information on all the sponsors. Misfit Media, our league sponsor for the Friday Night Trucks, season number 2. Season number 1 was absolutely phenomenal. Mike Perry was the winner of that first season, and unfortunately I don't believe Mike Perry is here tonight. It looks like we are going back to racing, going into lap 151 here at Bristol Motor Speedway in Tennessee. And we're going to get that Veterans Remembrance 200 back underway. Avery on the high side, Tommy Ryan alongside him at the lower side. Then it's J.D. Crow, who's doing a great job here. Caden Henry Oaks. It looks like Tommy has a bit of a slower start there. Avery Wilson pulls away by about a half a second on the main straightaway. Tommy Ryan in second. Caden Henry Oaks following there in third. Brian Fallen a little bit further back in fourth. Matt Miller on the inside. J.D. Crow dropping back to sixth position now. Wilson and Ryan in the lead there. And what happened to Brian Fallen? He's jumping down into the pits once again. Did he have an issue? No, I don't believe so. But Brian is heading for the pits under green right after the restart, so something is definitely wrong there. Wilson defending from Tommy Ryan. Tommy's getting ready to go and charge a little harder, it looks like. Final quart of the race. Gaydon Henry Oaks in third position there. Matt Miller in fourth. Brian Fallon is back on the track again. I don't believe he really stopped. Maybe he had a penalty. Avery Wilson now being challenged by Tommy Ryan for the lead here. Off the higher side, Avery has a good run on Tommy. That bottom just doesn't seem to work all that well. And look who's closing in. That's Gaydon Henry Oaks and Matt Miller. They are coming closer to the leaders there. Matt Miller running a pretty strong race. Car's a little bit redesigned, but it doesn't seem to be hurting him all that much. He is picking up third position. Ryan challenging. Matt Miller challenging Ryan. Not quite close enough to make something happen, but he likes that bottom line, and now he is coming even in front of Ryan there. Looked like Ryan maybe had to get out of it a little bit. So Matt Miller picks up second position as they are navigating through traffic here. Avery Wilson still ahead in the number 1 car. The first 4 drivers there pretty close together. Gaydon Henry Oaks is your number 4 driver, and J.D. Crow is a little bit further back. Looks like Tommy Ryan has a little bit of trouble keeping up with Miller. And they're going around another. That's the number 16 of Branshaw, I believe. Another one going down low that looked like it was the 09. Ooh, going. They're doing a great job navigating their way through the lap traffic here, folks. Unbelievable. It does allow Tommy Ryan to catch back up to Matt Miller. These guys are making some split-second decisions here about where to go. Wilson's hanging on to that lead, lap 165. Matt Miller in second and Tommy Ryan in third there. Gaydon Henry Oaks has dropped off a little bit. Now they're catching up to Justin Gahn in 9th position now. Getting a lap down as well. Tommy Ryan goes to his outside. By golly, these guys are doing an awesome job navigating through traffic. And just like last Sunday in the Xfinity cars, despite some of the incidents, I would say these guys have shown here tonight that they are very capable of doing a terrific job when it comes to keeping it clean and keeping it nice. Good racing going on here. These guys are doing a phenomenal job. Let's ride along with Matt Miller here. Got a little bit of damage on that rear end there, but he doesn't seem to be bothered by it very much. They're going around Matthias here, and Casey Duncan on the higher side. Ooh. Tommy Ryan getting a little stuck there. That's costing him a little bit. And you can't blame these back markers, folks. This is a tight track. It is fast and furious, as you can tell. And you can tell they are trying to stay out of the way, but they're running their own race. They're fighting their own car sometimes. And as leaders, you just have to be aware of all that. There we have the number, what is it, 09? I believe so. That is Aaron Gerwitz. Yes, in that 09. He has gone a lap down as well. So the final driver on the lead lap is Andrew Mraz right now. He's picked up the pace quite well. He's been on the pits on lap 147, so he was definitely struggling with tires as well. Avery Wilson has pitted last on lap 124. He should be able to make it to the end. As far as fuel is concerned, Matt Miller has a little bit fresher tires. Tommy Ryan pitted last on 124 as well. And Brian Fallon is trying to work his way back onto the lead lap. Brian is 2 laps down, but he's pretty quick here. So he must have pitted under green there, got everything sorted out, and he's on fresh tires. And he's going like his life depends on it. And it really doesn't. Avery Wilson still leading. Now he's about a second ahead of Matt Miller. Traffic is obviously playing a part here. Caden Henry Oaks is your 4th place driver. He's got Randy Yoakum behind him there in the number 8. That's not for position. Caden Henry Oaks is still your R&R hard charger with 25 spots up since the start of the race. Avery Wilson most certainly helping his DXP Frontman award-winning ambitions, adding points for that. Leading laps is what counts there. As he goes around Guy Schneider. Schneider is running in 17th position. Andrew Mraz is closing in on J.D. Crow for 5th and 6th. These guys are still on the lead lap. It looks like Andrew sees Avery Wilson coming up in his back mirror, though. So they're about to go down a lap here. There it happens. There you see it happening. Mraz is down a lap. And it looks like, oh, he's picking it back up there. Avery Wilson trying to get around the 12th, and Jason Branch is on the higher side. That's one of the things we don't want to see. Back markers not paying attention to the faster cars there and almost taking out the leader. Wilson corrects it there and makes sure that he's headed in the right direction still. He's having some trouble getting around the number 12 there, and that's the 6th place driver, J.D. Crow. So, these guys are running similar speeds as the leaders. Mraz has unleapt himself while that happened, and Jason Branch is now trying to stay on the bottom. Mraz is now 5th, being followed by the leader there, Avery Wilson. Now he's getting a lap put on him. Mraz is not giving up. He is not giving up. He's not making it easy. Oh, no. That is Matt Miller running in 2nd position. He's trying to get around Crow and Branch. Brian Fallon trying to unlap himself. He touches Branch in the back there. Turns Branch around, turns himself towards the wall. Smoking engines. Guy Schneider, victim there as well. Matt Miller, may well have ruined his race here tonight. That is very unfortunate. Looks like the number 12 is the lucky dog. That is it. Oops, wrong car. That is J.D. Crow. Pretty damaged back end there. He is going around, picks up the back end of the field as our SFI Lucky Dog. Looks like we have our leader, Avery Wilson, and Tommy Ryan on pit road there. Mraz staying out, picking up 3rd position. Caden Henry Oaks in 5th. Tommy Ryan still, that was Caden Henry Oaks leaving pit road again. Looks like J.D. Crow is staying out, and Andrew Mraz is as well. Well, they were a lap down, weren't they? They may have to wait until they can come in. Roger Matthias coming back out. Matt Miller is still on pit road here. He has probably not been able to use that faster pair. I hope he can get back out. He was doing a very good job. And Scott Wise still in that 12th position with Jason Branch in 13th. They're still mid-pack and they're just hanging on. They're going to be going around since they are in front of the leader. It looks like Guy Schneider is still rolling with a smoking engine. Well, maybe not. Looks like the lights on the pace car have been turned off. We are going to be lining them up once again. Lap 193 will be our first green lap. So we have 8 more laps to go to finish this thing here. Andrew Mraz is your new leader. Avery Wilson alongside him there on the front row. Caden Henry Oaks and Tommy Ryan on the second row. And J.D. Crow and
Green.
there's a back marker in between there. It looks like Avery Wilson has a great start. Andrew Mraz slow off the line once again. There might be something wrong with that car as far as shifting gears is concerned, maybe, because he is slow off the line. Wilson has taken the lead, and Tommy Ryan following there in 2nd position. Caden Henry Oaks in 3rd. Andrew dropped back to 4th. Wilson and Ryan for the lead here. Guy Snyder on the apron there. Caden Henry Oaks in 3rd, a couple of car lengths behind Ryan. Lap number 196. Going into 197, 4 more laps to go here. There you have your top 3. Wilson, Ryan, and Henry Oaks. Andrew Mraz is about 5 seconds down already in 4th position. Cannot keep up the pace. It looks like Avery Wilson is doing very strong stuff here. 2 more laps to go. Snyder still on the bottom, just trying to finish this thing. Wilson picks up the white flag here. 1 more lap to go in Bristol. Tommy Ryan in 2nd. What does Tommy have left? And back markers could be making a difference here. They're forcing Wilson to go around. He makes it work. Avery Wilson picks up the win here at Bristol for the Veterans Remembrance 200, sponsored by Scott Air Force Base and the Prisoner of War Missing in Action Council. The league sponsor Misfit Media for the 5th round here Avery Wilson, great job, great job. Caden Henry Oaks picks up third. Andrew Mraz is fourth. Justin Gahn is fifth. J.D. Kraus seventh. Roger Matthias eighth. Brian Fallon ninth. And Casey Duncan rounds out your top 10. And let's mention Scott Wise and Jason Branch there for 11th and 12th. They've been pretty much in that midfield all race long. They've done a fantastic job there. Let's see the winner burn some rubber here. Avery, this mark in the booth before you ruin that car completely. Can you hear me?
I sure can.
Congratulations, my friend. You were doing a fantastic job here all night long. It looked like you had a very strong car. You've been fighting for that lead pretty much the entire race. It looked to me like at some point it got really busy with back markers, and you guys were making split-second decisions about going in between high or low. How was it?
And I was just holding my breath because I know all it takes is a blink of an eye and you're in the wall because of, a slow car or just misjudging where they're going to be on the track. But I was just trying to take my time, keep my tires clean and just try to, race my race and not worry about anybody else or any slow cars getting in the way.
Now, on that final lap, it looked like there was, I believe it was the '09 of Aaron Gurwitz that was in front of you there. You had to go around, and it got a little tight there.
Yeah, definitely got a little hairy. I thought he was going to give me the outside, and then next thing I know, he was coming up, washing up a little bit, and I was just trying to hold my line and make sure I didn't put it into the fence and give Tommy the easy pass.
Yeah, I was going to say, because, I mean, there was no letting up at that point. Tommy wasn't on your bumper, but he was close enough by that if you would have lifted, you would have given away the race to Tommy Ryan.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was definitely watching him because I saw him go underneath that slow car and he disappeared. So I figured, okay, if I have to lift, I'm probably gonna be dead even with him coming to the line. So I might have enough to get to it. All I had to do was just keep it off the fence, and I was pretty good.
All right. Well, it looked like you had a strong car here all night long, man. It looked to me like you timed your pit stops pretty good as well. I'm not. Did you pick up one of the stage wins? I don't remember.
Yeah, I stayed out. Actually no, I don't know. I don't think I got the first one. I think I might have been second to Brian. But my goal was just to stay in the top five for every stage, and then try to run the long stretch in the middle of the race, and then save my last two sets for the end of the race in case there was another caution, which it worked out. So that was good. My teammate Caden Henry Oates, he did the same thing. He was on the same strategy as I was, except he had to come from the back of the pack. So good run for him too.
Absolutely. And one thing we can mention there, folks, is that Caden Henry Oaks is the winner of the R&R Enterprises Hard Charger Award. He came 26 positions up during this race, Avery. So you're right. He did a hell of a job here. That's for sure.
Yeah, he was really good on the long runs as well as I, and we were just trying to keep our nose clean. And I think he had a little bit of damage, and he was kind of overheating right before that last run, so he just had to take it easy and make it to the finish without blowing up.
I hear you, man. All right, Avery. Once again, my friend, congratulations on a great job. Special race here tonight as we remember the veterans with the Veterans Remembrance 200 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Any love yous and thank yous you want to throw out there?
Oh yeah, my family. I want to throw out thank you for Randy for letting me join his team, and thanks for everybody that's raced me clean all season.
All right, thanks very much, Avery. Let's bring in Tommy Ryan there, second position. Tommy, it looks like you were pretty close there at the end. Did you feel you had anything left there for Avery?
Nah, man, he wasn't going to make any mistakes. He had it covered. All I could do was just pressure him and make him think about it. The lap car almost made it a little interesting there at the end. I didn't know some of them lap cars, man. They were like landmines. You just didn't know when they were going to blow up on you. So I was just trying to keep the pressure on him, and I could stay with him, but I couldn't. I mean, even if I got up under him, man, you cannot pass here unless you do something really dirty, and that's not the way I race. So it's all I could do was keep pressure and see what happens.
Absolutely. It looked like that was the '09, I believe, of Aaron Gerwitz that Avery had to go around, and we just talked about that. And I mean, it looked like Avery just had to keep his foot in it, and there was absolutely no lifting because that pretty much would have given you the pass coming off that turn there. It looked like it just all went right just about with inches to spare, but it did go right. Tommy, you were pretty much in that top five the entire race. Were you? I'm a little bit more used to seeing you leading laps. You are. Yeah, at the beginning of this race ahead in that DXP frontman competition, leading the most laps, 91 when we got into this race. So, is this not a track that suits you all that great?
You know, I'm just not. Bristol has never done anything for me. Well, I take that back. Back in the golden age, it did, but I don't enjoy racing here. It's hard to pass. It's just not very good for sim racing, in my opinion. So I don't spend a lot of time here. The only time I do is league racing and whatnot. But no, it's not my favorite place by far. And obviously, if it's not your favorite, you typically don't run a lot of laps here. And it showed up in my most of my performance, not leading a lot. But I was fast enough to run, like you said, in top five most of the night. And these things, man, it's really about missing wrecks. I mean, we want to put on a better show, but guys have got to understand when it's time to race and when it's time to ride. So, but maybe we'll get better.
Absolutely. I hear what you're saying there, Tommy. We've had a little bit of a rocky start to the season. It resulted in some discussions over and which with the admins and stuff. You guys lost your fast repair because of it, probably. All in all, though, and I said the same thing last Sunday with the B cars on this track. Given it is Bristol, I really don't think it went all that bad. Do we differ in opinion there?
Um, I think there was definitely some cautions that didn't need to happen, but yeah, I mean it's typical for. That's why I was saying this Bristol doesn't create very good racing and on. I mean it can, but you got to have a very special group of guys who have a lot of respect for one each other and cut some breaks when a guy gets in the wall a little bit or he gets a little out of shape. But obviously we don't have a whole lot of that going on in here. But it is what it is. I mean, Scott and Lauren are doing the best they can with it, and it's working. We definitely, like you said, start off with a rocky start and whatnot, but hopefully when we get to Pocono next week, things will probably settle down a little bit because we might be able to get away from each other a little better. So we'll see.
All right. Okay, Tommy, thank you very much, my friend. We appreciate your insights on that. Once again, congratulations on the second place. Well deserved. Any shout outs you want to make?
Thanks for obviously the sponsor for this series, Misfit, and man, it's without sponsors, we don't get to up the ante in here, and I think that's really what's driving the aggressiveness. Is there's a little bit of money on the, or nobody's getting rich, but when you put a little bit of money on the line, and then obviously everybody wants a trophy or points and whatnot, it raises the bar. But thanks to them, thanks for Northern Tool and Equipment, Patriot Fire, Coastal Safety Auditors, and of course my teammates, which they're not faring too well either. So, but anyway, on to the next.
All right. We'll see you in Pocono, Tommy.
Thank you.
Caden Henry Oaks, great accomplishment for you, my friend. You are bringing home the R&R Enterprises Frontman Award here this race. Up 26 positions from the start. That is quite an accomplishment, especially given a busy track here like this on concrete. A lot of traffic to go through. Tell us how that worked for you, man.
I'd say first and foremost because I took it a little bit more easier than my fellow racers out there. I say tonight is my first season with these guys, so I don't really know how they race. I was taking it easy, and about half of them, they'll run you clean and give you time to get in rhythm and whatnot, and see how you're doing. And the other half of them, I mean, they just went flat out for 201 laps in I would say by just studying how they race before I make a move is I think that helped me out more than anything, really.
Absolutely, and you know, I think a lot of drivers in the heat of the moment forget that a little bit. You know, in road racing, that's more normal, I guess, staying behind somebody, trying to figure out what his weak points and strong points are. And on ovals, I don't think everybody takes the time to do that all that much. But you bring up a great point there because that's really the way to approach it. And I think you've shown that here tonight, doing a fantastic job bringing it up all the way to the third position there. So kudos to you, my friend. That is a job well done.
Thank you.
So, Caden, how do you feel about this track? I mean, a lot of we just talked to Tommy. It didn't is not his favorite. I've personally driven the A cars here a couple times. I don't like it at all. It's just I feel it's a little bit too small for a big field like this. Is that part of the problem?
I think it's a fun track to drive. As far as fitting 36 cars on here at the same time, it takes a lot of patience, and not a lot of that was shown tonight from what you could see on the race stats for how many yellows we had and whatnot, and how many cars finished on the lead lap. There was not a lot of patience shown tonight, and that led into a bunch of torn up race cars.
Absolutely, and you know, I don't want to bring that up too much, but it looked to me like compared. I mean, this is your first season with these guys in the Blown Piston Series, but last season with the trucks, we did not have this problem whatsoever, and it looks like this season's kind of gotten off to a rocky start. As I said to Tommy as well, given that we're at Bristol and given the nature of this track, I really don't think we did all that bad compared to the first few starts that we had this season. What's your take on that?
Um, I say I don't really have like a hot take to give on that. I don't think the racing's been bad. I just think that it could be improved. I'm not sure where to go about it. I would have to go through and watch the races and see all of everything that what happened before I could say what needs to be improved. But I feel like if there's just a little bit more give and take at short tracks like this, I mean, it's going to happen obviously because it's a short track. But I think when we get to the bigger tracks, like Tommy said, we're going to Pocono next week. I think it'll be more tame there, more or less, because we'll be more spread out and we won't be on each other.
I hear you. Yeah, I believe you're right about that. Pocono will definitely be a totally different animal. All right, Caden, appreciate your insights on that, my friend. Well deserved third place, well deserved hard charger award here tonight. 26 positions up on a track like this. Again, I think that is a pretty good accomplishment. Any shout outs you want to do?
Yeah, I want to shout out to my mama because she was watching the broadcast tonight. Shout out to you for putting on the broadcast, Lauren and Scott for putting on the league. Because if they didn't put on the league, we wouldn't be racing. And the sponsors for coming out and supporting everybody. Because it's kind of hard to race for a little bit of prize money without a sponsor. And I have fun racing it. I had fun tonight. I've had fun pretty well every week that I've been racing. So I enjoy it, and I look forward to coming back next weekend.
All right, and that I think you're hitting the nail on the head there, Caden. That's the most important thing about the whole thing. All right, Caden, thank you very much, my friend. As said, folks, next week we're going to go to Pocono. Before that, we would like to take a look at the full results here, brought to you by Wise Choice Contracting, one of the league and race sponsors, as well as Wise Guy Graphics, Misfit Media. Avery Wilson brings home the win here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. Tommy Ryan brings it home in second. Caden Henry Oaks in third. We've heard from all three of them. Andrew Mraz in fourth there. He was in the lead at the final restart, but it looked to me like his car was a little slow coming off the line, and he may have had some issues shifting gears or something like that. Justin Gahn in fifth. Aaron Gerwitz in sixth. J.D. Crow in seventh. Roger Matthias in eighth. Brian Fallon had a strong opening part of the race, and for some reason, I still think he had some sort of penalty. I'm not really sure, but he had to go to the pits there under green, and that was pretty costly. He still brings it home in ninth with only one lap down. Casey Duncan rounds out your top 10 there, folks, and that'll do it for tonight. And let's bring up one more time. I would like to present to you that we were doing this race as the Veterans Remembrance 200s, brought to you by Scott Air Force Base and the Prisoner of War and Missing in Action Council. I would like to acknowledge one more time we had a few veterans in this field here. Scott Wise is a U.S. Air Force veteran, Jason Branch, U.S. Navy veteran. Anthony Handley, I don't believe he was here tonight, but he's part of this series just like all the other ones. U.S. Navy. Justin Gahn is a U.S. Navy veteran. Jason Nicholas is a veteran from the Australian Navy. Ryan Douglas is a U.S. Marine Corps veteran, and Ron Schutte is a U.S. Air Force veteran as well. We appreciate you guys' service as well as we appreciate all the veterans of service. Although it is Friday the 13th tonight here and Veterans Day was on Wednesday, we have made it our goal this week to honor you guys and thank you for your service once again. All right, folks, that brings us to the conclusion of tonight's broadcast. Next week, we are going to Pocono with the trucks on Sunday first, and I'm sorry, with the B cars on Sunday. That is the day after tomorrow, obviously, on Pocono. And then on Friday, with the trucks, we'll be there on the same track. We're running the same schedule for both series. And so far, it's been a pretty good season. We've had our little bit of our ups and downs, but I think we're turning this thing in the right direction. And I think tonight's race is proof of that. All right, folks, we hope to see you there in Pocono a week from today, and maybe this Sunday night for the B cars. A lot of the same drivers are running both the series, so come back and see us then to follow your favorite driver. My name is Mark. This is Short Shift Broadcasting. Until then, we hope you stay healthy and take care of one another.